Well, good evening and good day, everyone. My name is Georgi. I'm based in Munich, Germany, and I'm an urban planner, pretty much involved in advanced air mobility integration. And in order to present what I'm doing, I will shortly lead you through the results of one recent project that we had here in Germany, so you can better understand what I exactly do. You see my presentation, yeah?
Yes, doctor.
All right. So the project is called Reguas. It just finished 2024. It was a 2 years project where we did a foresight and developed a methodology for design planning and integration of UAS-based delivery systems in rural regions. The project was funded by the German Federal Ministry of Transport and Digitalization. And I'll just lead you through of course, the different applications that we have in AAM, and we are focusing on the logistics in this project, where we have a rural region near the city of Kassel in the middle western Germany, where we are delivering a novel, sustainable regional logistics system for urgent deliveries and investigating how supplies can be optimized and how drone operations for that purpose can be optimally designed. Therefore, we worked with the municipality of Bebra, where we have a predominantly elderly population in the central part of the community, but also all the more distant parts of the community, uh, about 10 kilometers apart from the community center. So how logistics are working nowadays is pretty inefficient. We have different distribution centers with different customers, and what we offered here was and is a regional distribution center from which then the deliveries go to the local distribution centers, which are kind of local um, supply centers in terms of village shops as well, so that the elderly people can easily be served by us. Um, we definitely need sustainable transportation, and in this case, we investigated and also showed that drones can be much more sustainable than the ground-based transportation, and of course took care of the public acceptance and so on through surveys with the population, but also expert surveys. And thanks to the colleagues here who took part on the expert surveys. Afterwards, we took care of the ConOps and developed a novel UAV energy efficiency model, did some assessments, did demonstration operations, of course, so that we have the greenhouse gas estimations at the very end, but also the validation flights and the final results. We had over 30 experts that we surveyed on different questions related to safety, ground safety, environmental impact, efficiency, and all that things. We also developed the ConOps, the concept of operations, as I mentioned, and tested several different UAVs in this context, also in different scenarios that we were having, and took into account for our novel estimation tool development different factors such as climatic factors and also the power and energy estimation, which is in the core of the whole exercise, and so on. So that was the drone that we were using at the very end as the optimal one, a multi-rotor. with different kind of weather conditions, mostly not that nice, but it worked pretty well at the end of the day, and we could do operations without any troubles and quite efficiently finally, which is the most important. So the distances that we were covering are about 4 kilometers one way or 8 kilometers in total, mostly, and it worked pretty well with payloads of 2 kilograms. Yeah. We had the expert surveys, and also the local population surveys, and the results were actually quite satisfactory. For the mitigations of the risks, of course, the technical aspects we were all covering, including the emergency landing spots, the use space issues that we were having, and of course the communication technology elements that are really important in that situation. So just one of my last slides, how it looked, the scenario that we are talking about, and how the energy demand was, and how the CO2 emissions were for us, but also the other for in the comparison types of transportation. So we finally were pretty efficient compared also to all other modes of transportation. And yeah, that's it, short of the long. We of course did quite some foresight on all aspects relevant for this case, and produced a really good foresight document that is available, and includes not only the technical aspects but pretty much the urban development aspects, which in this case are decisive, since here we're talking about optimizing the quality of life in rural regions in the heart of Germany, and making such regions, not only that but many others, to have a much higher added value in future, not only for elderly people but for also younger families. So I think that's the short of the long, and